I guess I should start this off by going spooky, scary skeletons. I think that's the most appropriate way to start the spooky, scary skeleton stream. Is with some spooky, scary skeletons. Let's make sure I'm not angry green screen though. Just real quick. I guess I should start this off by going spooky, scary skeletons. Nice, I got to hear myself go spooky, scary skeletons. That's all that matters. So, today, on this, the spookiest, scariest, most skeleton-y month of the year, I am going to unbox my soulblight gravelords army. So, some background on these guys. First off, let me make a better looking display here while I talk about things. There's some actual skeletons, some more skeletons, there's some wolves. There we go. Maximum skeleton time. Wait, that's bats. Maximum skeleton. Too many boxes. Put the wolves right there. There we go. Much better. You can't even start collecting box now, but screw it. Or maybe. Oh yeah. I'm the king of toy boxes right there. I ruined everything. Okay. So what do I have here? Hi, pupper. I've got a pupper behind me with me today. You can probably see him a little bit. There he is. There's the pupper. Behold, maximum pup. Hello. Hello. Yeah, you had to come upstairs and hang out with me today because I don't want you to be alone all day. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. Alright. Pup time aside. What do we got? I've got a whole bunch of spooky, scary skeletons. So, I decided probably about 8 months ago, it's about how long I've been picking these up for, that when I was going to go to the hobby shop, just because I wanted to shop or go there to like de-stress or anything like that, I decided that what I want. Anyway, I decided that I was going to, instead of just like picking up random sort of bits and bobs, I would start picking up sort of focused things. So I decided that I would start picking up some vampires here and there, right? So if like nothing came out that I really was craving, or I was like, I have to have this right now kind of thing, right? But I was still at the hobby shop. I still wanted to buy something, you know, helps me relax, something I could look at and be like, oh, this is cool, look at what I got, ooh, kind of thing, right? That if I was going to do that, I was going to start picking up sort of focused things so I could eventually wind up with a vampire army. So in this case, I started picking up soulblight gravelord stuff. And here we are today. The culmination of October. I've been picking these up since, I don't know, at least a couple of months. So pretty much since they started coming out, I've been like just sort of grabbing them here and there. Just because they're pretty awesome models. And yeah, I've got Cursed City for a bunch of the cool HQs and stuff. So I don't know. I was just drawn to the idea of like some spooky, scary skeletons and some monsters and like vampire wolves and shit. It was, I don't know. I was sold on it. So I decided kind of just picking them up in the background. Whenever I went to the hobby shop, I didn't really plan on getting anything else. So let's take a look at what I got, and then we'll crack it all open and we can check out the runners together. Spoiler alert, I have looked at the runners for some of these already, but to be honest, it was like months ago on some of them, so. Alright, so let's talk about the big lady herself. The big lady that really sold me on this army. We have Laukavai, the mother of nightmares. I love this model. I know she has like some really divided opinions about her, but I think she's fantastic. As far as the design goes, I think this tabard here, that needs to go, because I think it messes up the flow that her body should have moving down. I think it gets in the way of that, and that needs to go away. Also, I think her upper body is too armored, considering how unarmored the lower body is. So one of my kit bashing goals is to make her upper body less armored and her lower body more armored, to try to tie that together. Because I think the difference in the amount of armor really makes people like draw a really hard line here, but separating the top and the bottom, when really this should be one cohesive thing. Because really she's like one, she's one big centaur, basically. She's a big bat centaur. So it's really my big goal with her, but she was really the main motivator for me, being like, man, this and the zombie wolves, they were really the two big ones. But I was going to buy the zombie wolves anyway just to build them. But she was the big motivator. I was like, I really want to build her. And I was like, I'd like to do something with her. So that is Laukavai. On the back, she can be a Vengari Lord, which the whole bottom here is basically the same. The only difference is the top. And only parts of that are different. You can see the whole front, her like belt section there. That's all the same. But she's got tits here and different hands and a different head. And he doesn't have tits, or he has different arms and a different head. So, alright, let's open her up and check out her runners. Spoiler alert, I've done this one before. They're awesome. Alright, she's got a big old chunk base, right? So, she's got the same base as a Warhound Titan for a Titanicus there. So you're talking, what is this, like 60 mil, right? It's like a 60 mil, I think. It's a big old chunk base. So she's going to be a big lady. Alright. Let's look at this runner. Let's see. We've got some of her spooky, scary skeleton wings. That's her leg and one ass cheek. There's one of the arm options. I think that's part of the back of the leg. And then where's one of the rapier options? The other rapier she has is more like saber-like. This one's more like rapier-like. Alright, let's see. We got... There's the Vampire Vengarian Lord head. Come on. There we go. There he is. That's him there. And then we've got a wing. And then we have the other sword option here, which is the saber. Yeah, so you can see that. It's pretty cool. And her second and last runner, we have her first torso here. We've got the back of the body. This is her like pelvis for the big tail. Got some ruins that she's standing on. This is one of the hands options that you can build into the arm. This is the one without the thing. There's one of the big paws. There's her booba. And there's the other leg. Where's her head at? Her head's got to be on one of these runners, right? There's the Vengarian Lord head. Where's her head? Oh, it's backwards. There it is. There's her head with her really cool hair. Yeah. So she's awesome. So, yeah, I love Laukavai. Was the big motivator for the army for me. So, she let me... This That camera setup was for my like trying to learn to paint details on stream camera setup. Let me try swapping it for better for looking at runners and instructions and stuff. I think that's gonna be better. All right, so there's a side-by-side shot of them, so you can see what changes. Pretty much just the person on top. Everything from the waist down is the same. So that's the lower body. And we've got some wings that get added to that. We can see here this, what the hell is that? Crotch cover, tabard, loincloth. This loincloth, you can see it's going to have a really small connection point, which is good, because I want to cut this down. Because I think this ruins the flow from the top down, like down the tail. I think it like really interrupts the eye and really makes there be this really hard distinction between the upper half of the lady and the lower half of the lady. And I don't want to do that. I want it to be like one consistent, like smooth flow. That's what I want. All right, and there's the parts we change out for whether or not you want the Vengarian Lord or Lakavai. So it's pretty much the booba, the arms, and the head. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, not a ton of options, but at least you get to build two things out of this model, which is very cool. So that's the first look at it. That's our HQ. That is Lakavai. She is gorgeous, and I love her. And she is going to lead my armies. Another person that's leading my armies is Big Werewolf Daddy, Radikar the Beast. Hello, hello. Can you see the pup? Oh, hold on, let me move my fat belly. I apologize, fat. Oh, I don't know if you can see him or not. Probably not. There's a Mr. Pup down here. Alright, so back to Werewolf Daddy. So this is Radikar the Beast. This is presumably him as he goes more feral when he was ousted from the Cursed City. So it's pretty cool. He's still got his big wolf pelt there, and he's got two of his weird like vampire or werewolf people sort of crowding around him. I wanted to pick this guy up for two reasons. One, he's a cool model. I guess three reasons. He's a cool model, and I want to cut his head off. Where are you going, pup? Oh, you want to get by? Okay. Is that in your way? Go ahead. Go ahead. One, I want to cut his head off. Because I want to do him as more of a werewolf, because he's got the werewolf feet. And I want him to be more werewolfy. So I want him to have like a wolf face. So I'm going to remove this head and put a wolf head there. Probably from a D&D mini. So that's pretty darn cool. That's my plan for him. And the reason I wanted to get him is when you play with him during the game, he can actually summon a unit of Direwolves for free. He just is like, pop, and they show up, and you can use them. They're just a free infantry unit. It's pretty sweet. Alright, so let's see. There's his butt. There's the chest piece, feet. I don't think there's any options in this at all. I think it's pretty much just one build. You can see how easy the head goes on though. So I think that should be really easy to swap out. A little bit of green stuffing and a wolf head. And then there's his pretty fancy base. And there's one of his little minions. And the other little minion who's like drinking blood off of his hand. Which is just kind of weird. Maybe we'll repose that too. Maybe instead of it like running down, maybe we'll just have him like offering the cup up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure something out. It's kind of cool he's drinking the blood off the guy, but it's also kind of weird. It's weird, man. It's weird. Alright, look at this runner. Let's see. We've got a leg. We've got some hands. We've got foots. We've got the other hand with all the blood running down. Yeah, it's like sculpted on. This is his big like tavern and tail. Little vampire, little vampire, little vampire. That's his chest. That's his other leg and butt. That's his shoulder. And then the other vampire. And then this one is pretty much just the base. So base, 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 base. Little vampire. Foot. That's his chest piece. He's got a really cool belt buckle. And then that's one of the heads for the shoulder piece. And then there's his head that we will try to replace with something else. What are you doing, bub? What are you doing? Oh, I see you stretching. Yeah, I do. I see you stretching. What are you doing? I'm just trying to get up to trouble. That's all you're doing. I know. I know. I know. I know. All right. You can probably see him a little now, at least. Hi. Hi, you hellion. Hi. Hello, you big old chunk. I didn't want to be downstairs alone all day while I was streaming, so. But one of the reasons I've decided to unbox these now, one, spooky, scary skeletons. And two, Mr. Pup doesn't like being upstairs. He's getting better about it. That's why I'm like been bringing him upstairs. But he's not a super big fan of it. So on days where I go to work and stuff, I need to make some jack-o'-lanterns. That would be very cool. There's actually a faction that has pumpkin head guys, but unfortunately they're for a different game. But yeah, Mr. Pup doesn't like coming upstairs, so I've been trying to bring him up to get him more in the habit of it. But on days when I go to work, I don't want to have to always carry him upstairs and like disturb him. So at least if I have some models to build, because I can't really paint downstairs, it's just too dark. I don't have all the nice lighting like I do up here. At least I can start building my vampire army. And I can sit downstairs with him while I do it. Because I'm trying to get downstairs all cleaned up. My buddy? Yeah, later on we're changing out our chair, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're changing up the whole living room today. But yeah. So this way, when I start working my vampires, I can at least be downstairs with him. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? Yeah, you're a special pup. I know. Alright, I gotta get back to looking at models, bud. I gotta get back to looking at models, buddy. Alright. So that's my HQs, right? Now, there are a lot of troops for this faction. Which is very cool. So, you can have all kinds of different stuff. And they are like a really big, wide gambit. Which is very cool. It's super, super cool. So, like, if you want to do just spooky, scary skeletons, you can do that. If you want to do just, like, monsters and animals, you can do that. If you want to do just zombies and stuff, you can do that. It's really cool. It makes it very... excuse me. Very, like, super versatile faction, which I think is super cool. So, I grabbed... I don't really know what I want to do with them. So, I just sort of grabbed one of each. One, because I want to paint the models. And two... because it gives me options, right? Like, I'll probably end up picking up a start collecting box for the Flesh Eater Quartz, so I can have the big zombie dragon as well with these guys, and then I'll have like pretty much all the options to run whatever I want to run. It's pretty sweet. All right, so the Direwolves. I love this kit. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's like zombie wolves. It's the coolest fucking thing ever. This is the first one, actually, of the vampire guys that I picked up. And I bought this just because I was like, I need zombie wolves in my life. Alright. What I don't need is to throw the bases on the floor. Alright, so they come on these little, like, dog hair everywhere now. They come in these... My pup sheds constantly. Even though he gets a bath every week, he still sheds constantly. No, don't get on the models, please. Alright. So they come in these little, like, motorcycle-like bases. And you get 10 of them in here because there's 10 wolves in this box. Sadly, you don't get any options for the wolves. Which is kind of a shame because they have really cool poses. But I was really hoping for, like, some extra head options and stuff. But, yeah. So you can see it's... Let's get this out of the way so you can see the runner a little better. You can see it's just like wolf body, wolf ass, wolf body, wolf leg, wolf ass, half a head, wolf body, arm, half a head, wolf body, arm. Like, it's literally just a box of zombie wolves. Hello, what's going on, man? And it's just awesome. This one here with the bird eating stuff off the wolf, really, really cool. I like that one a lot. That one's super, super cool. And the other half of the runner is pretty much the exact same thing, right? Just wolf bodies, wolf body, wolf body, wolf body, head, wolf body, head. The only thing on this runner that's not, like, part of a zombie wolf is the rocks. So there's a bunch of rocks, and that's for the alpha to stand on. Alpha. No, I don't know why I said it like that. But it's for, like, the unit leader to stand on because he gets extra attacks and stuff. So you can see him there in the front. That's the one that's, like, howling while the rest are, like, running forward to attack. So, pretty sweet. Any variety in the heads? Yes, there's very little variety in the poses. If you want more than one unit of them. But thankfully right now I only really want one unit, so yeah, so you can see you can build Wolf 1 or Wolf 2. So if you want the howling one or you want the standard walkie one, you can build it either way. And then we got some more here, and that's pretty much all the variety you're going to see in the wolves. Everything else is just straight build. Which is fine, because they look amazing, and I don't want, like, 4 billion of them, so... Let's put together 40 zombies. Yeah, I haven't really looked at the zombie runner yet, but we'll get there today. Alright, got... More wolf, more wolf, more wolf. Never have enough wolf. And then on to their rolls. So they're phenomenal. I love them. I can't say enough nice. I can't say enough nice things about these models, but they are a little monoposy, but they look phenomenal. So it's all good. All right. You can see how beat up this box is. This is the longest one I've had. Like I said, I've pretty much been collecting these since they came out. Just kind of passively, so. Alright, so that's that. So let's look at some more troops. Since we mentioned zombies, let's look at some zombies. Why zombies? So many zombies. And we've got even more zombies. So some of these, so the background for these zombies is that they are from the land of Haish. Like, that's the concept for this army, which is the land of the dead. So lots of times when you bury somebody, they don't stay dead. They come back to life. So lots of times you'll see them staked into their coffins. Or you'll see that people have planted trees on top of the grave, and the trees sort of grown into them. So you'll see a lot of people have, like, roots and stuff growing out of them, and that's because they have sort of, like, forced their way out of the ground, even though, like, the tree or the stake or whatever was trying to hold them in. For a tree to grow this much, would any bit of that zombie actually be left in that time? No, but it's fantasy, so let it be. Zombies are cool. Stop ruining the fun. Alright, they come on really tiny little bases. You get 20 of the fuckers, so 20 bases in there. And that's our zombies. So, these runners are duplicates. So each runner is going to make 10 zombies. Yeah, you think they would just burn them. That would make a lot more sense. But each one's going to make 10 zombies. And then the zombies are going to have some variation between them. So, as you can see, there's a bunch of heads here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 heads just there alone. This runner makes 10 zombies. So in a unit of 20, you're going to have some duplicate, but not that terrible. So some really neat stuff to call out here on this runner, in my opinion, is the guy with the pitchfork. A lot of the weapons are cool, right? Like the person that just has a spade or this like big meat cleaver. This guy here has like a like piece of parchment tacked to him. There's a head with an axe in it, which is pretty damn cool. Then we have a scythe, which is neat, and then a bunch of these graves. The ones in Cursed City all have the grave markers because they're supposed to be like being actively pulled out of the ground for the lore in Cursed City, which is pretty cool. So a bunch of them have the trees, and a bunch of them have the grave markers. So when I paint these guys up, I'm going to paint up the Cursed City ones with them, which will be pretty cool. Alright, so you can see there's a bunch of different body options. There's some male bodies, some female bodies, and then you have male heads and female heads. And you get 20 of them. There you go. And you get 20 of the suckers right there. So, how these work. You are pretty much going to make a set of legs. And then you are going to choose to put a shovel and pickaxe arms. Oh, there's a pickaxe arm? That's awesome. I didn't know that. I see a hammer. That's cool though. There's a pickaxe. So you're gonna make a set of legs, and you're gonna pick a top to go on it, right? And that's how a lot of these zombies are gonna work. And then you're gonna pick a head. So you're gonna have variation through like which ones are which, right? So this leg goes with that one. This leg goes with that one. This one, and then in the next set you do different ones. So that's where your variation in them is going to come from. Honestly, I think it's a pretty good way to do it. I haven't built it yet, so not saying that 100%. Oh, pitchfork. Yeah. The pitchfork is awesome. I love the pitchfork. I love the like improvised farming tools as weapons. They're really cool. I think it's a pretty neat way to create some variation. There's going to be a lot of similarities though. But you're looking at a horde of like 20 of them, so it's not that bad. It's probably a better way to do it than like the box of Skaven is, where you just get 20 sculpts. So yeah. So alright, so here we go. We have the lady bodies, and then you pick lady arms. So if you want the tied up lady, or the lady with the chopper, the lady with the ball smasher, or the lady with the shovel, put them in there. So you end up getting that variation like that. So you create some cool models. And then we have over here, we have some people that can either have trees coming out of them or the stakes coming out of them. So again, a whole bunch of variation, which is pretty cool for a monopose model. We'll see how it holds up once I build 20 of them, but it should look pretty cool. Chris is saying there was a lot of repetition, but we'll check it out. Worst case, I'll get my nips out and we'll make my nips out. No, I'll get my nippers out and we'll make some kit bashing if they're too much the same. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you having problems? Alright. So let's look at some other troop options for my guys. We'll look at some actual spooky, scary skeletons first off. Spooky, scary, spooky, scary. It's repetitive. You build 2 boxes at a time. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's definitely the case because it's basically the same runner. So you'd just be getting 4 of the same runner. But you know me, I very rarely buy duplicates of stuff. Like all my armies are made out of like 1 of each model except for my Skaven. They're like the only thing I have that has duplicates in it. Alright. Spooky, scary skeletons. Yes. We'll get to that one too. I've been picking these guys up on and off for a while now, so. So these are a little bit more armored kind of skeletons than the ones we're going to look at later. These are ones that they really match Cursed City. They match the stuff in there a lot. So they're pretty cool. They've got like big swipey pieces of cloth and stuff. These kind of round shoot up shields. Really neat. So you can have a bunch of spears or a bunch of swords. There's a big banner they're going to get. A bunch of spears and stuff. The cool thing about these models is it doesn't matter what you arm them with. You just arm them. So if you can have like a ragtag mix of spears and swords and stuff, you can have all of it. And it's okay. Like they only have one like thing. Like they only have one like loadout, I guess, which is pretty cool. So with this box, you end up getting 2 runners of each one, which is pretty cool. If I'm totally honest, these units, they come in groups of 10 in the game. I'm very surprised they're not selling you 10 for this price. I'm very surprised you get 20 out of this box because it's actually 2 troop units, which shocks the hell out of me that GW would actually choose to like not nickel and dime you as hard as possible. So that's really cool. So you actually get 20 guys in here, which is 2 troop units. All right, so we got some more spears. This big axe is for your main boss, or you can give him this big mace. Those are his weapon options. Oh yeah. I'm sure they get different stats in Warcry. Honestly, I haven't looked at the Warcry rolls for these guys at all. That's pretty rad though. But yeah, what was it? Yeah, man, I want to look at the Warcry rolls for them. Now. But yeah, so here's a bunch of spears. These are the special weapons for the boss, the mace or the halberd, which is pretty cool as well. And if you are going to build this as 2 units, you're going to wind up with 2 guys that have the same banners. But guess what? A little bit of kit bashing. You can probably clip that banner right off there and put it onto one of these spear arms. I'm guaranteed that's going to be possible. So if you want some variation in your banner guy. But yeah, 2 sets of 2 runners. I am still very shocked that you get a full 20 guys in this box of spooky, scary skeletons. I'm not going through and like pointing out all like there's a pelvis, there's a pelvis, because it's just pelvises and armor, man. That's what these are. They're skeletons. Yeah, I know they're free. I just don't remember their rules, to be honest. It'd be cool if Laukavai had rules. That'd be amazing. But yeah, they're beautiful. I love them. Cool skelly boys. With the 10 from Cursed City, I actually have 3 battle line of these now. So that's pretty cool. I am going to be repainting my Cursed City ones to match these because I want to do a different color scheme for these guys than I originally intended. But, all right. So, you can see there's going to be a lot of like, you build the body and then you swap the arms in and out. So, you build the body, you swap the arms. You build the body, you swap the arms. You pick a shield, you swap the arms. You build a body, you swap the arms. Like, that's how a lot of these are going to go together. It's pretty cool. You are basically getting 10 sculpts, so keep that in mind. Like, if you wanted to build one full set with spears and then one full set with swords, you would have probably the max variation possible out of this box. So just throwing that out there, if that's what you wanted to do, you would probably have the max variation possible. So, yeah. You can see the ancient blade or spear, that's just one entry. It only has one set of stats there, so you don't have to worry about which one you pick. Which is very cool, and I like seeing that a lot. Like, it's fun to have some variation in the weapons, be like, oh, spears shoot longer or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, it's really cool to build, like, just like a big mishmash of, like, different weapons and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bounce into you. I'm sorry, bud. Hello. Oh. Alright. So. More skelebones. I've got a lot of skelebones. Skelebones are cool. Why is it looking at my moob so much? Don't look at my moob. Look at the models. No one wants to see my moob. I don't want to even see my moob. There we go. Now with slightly less moob. As little moob as you could have in your life is best. So this is the soulblight start collecting box. Now my understanding is this box is pretty much all pre-existing models except for the boss. The boss is the only thing that's new in this box. Everything else was stuff that existed from Legions of Nagash. So we're going to get a bunch of what are called Graveguard. So these are like more vampire-themed zombies or skeletons. And so they've got the big bat hats and stuff like that. And we're going to get a bunch of Black Knights, who are these like skeletal horse guys. And then we get a White King on Skeletal Steed, who's sort of the big HQ. So it's pretty cool. We get some cool cavalry, and we get some cool just like Skelebone troopers. So we get 20 Skelebone troopers, and then we get 6 cavalry, pretty much. Hi, Pop. Hello. Alright. So that's their rolls. So, you can see these runners are pretty old, just from the amount of space in them versus all the others. It means that by default, their poses are going to be more static. Where are you trying to go, mister? Are you trying to go under the desk? Alright, go ahead. Go. You're good. You're clear. So it means by default, their poses are going to be more static, not as dynamic as the other more monopose models. However, we're going to have more variation and control over those poses. So if we want them to be like really cool looking, we're going to have to do that by like moving the arms and stuff like that ourselves. So that's pretty much how these are going to go together. It's pretty much going to be legs, you build a body, you stick arms and a head on it. So there's a lot of variation there. All right, come on, go. I want to stretch my leg out. Go. Oh. No, don't sit down on my leg. Anyway, my dog is crazy and trying to get under the desk so he can look out the window. I moved the desk down, and I think it annoys him because he can't look out the window now. So yeah, you're gonna build a body, you're gonna put legs on it, and you're gonna put arms and a head on it. So kind of similar to the way the other ones went, but you're gonna have a lot more choices in what you give to each one. So you get this runner, you get that runner, you get, wait for it, that runner, wait for it, you get that runner. So you get 4 of the same runner, because there's 20 guys in here and each runner does 5 guys. So that means you're going to have a metric fuck ton of variation in these guys, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And you're going to have a ton of extra bits and stuff. So then you get, same kind of thing, individual runner does 5 guys. So you're going to get 5 sets of legs and then a bunch of heads on here. Some of them are really cool. Like this head, I gotta show that head off. That head's really cool. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. There we go. I love that head. I love that head to pieces. It's really cool. But really nice legs there. So you get that runner. You get that runner. You get that runner. You get, you guessed it, that runner. So each one does 5 guys, so you get 4 of each. 4 of each runner. So 4 of the leg runner, 4 of the top runner, and that is your Graveguard. Next up, we've got some zombie horses, which are super rad. Kind of cavalry skeletons. So a bunch of horse bodies, a bunch of skeleton bodies. Really cool big skeleton banner there. That's super cool. Bunch of, what are these called? The tabard horse dressage things. Super cool. And then you can see all of these runners are unique for the big horses, which is sweet. So each one of the 5 big horses is going to be unique. There's the spears you can give them if you want to. Or they can have big lances. Oh wait, no, I guess just the boss gets the big lance. Everybody else just gets a spear, I guess. So, bunch of heads. And pretty cool stuff. I'm actually not sure if there's any extras in this, but I assume there has to be. I assume there's got to be. And then lastly, you get the new model on the block. This is the White King. He's a much newer model. You can see how much tighter his runner is than that. Alright, so like look at that, and then look at that. Alright, that's a way tighter runner. So he's the new model on the block. He is modeled to look like the older stuff to go with them. So I'm really happy about that. So he's not really going to like super mega stand out. But he is going to look fancy because he's the boss. Bosses should always look the most fancy. Alright. So, let's take a look at the instructions. Mr. Pup is knocking stuff off my shelf because he probably wants to go downstairs. But you have to hang out with me. I'm almost through my models, bud. Alright, and then you can go downstairs. We'll go back downstairs in a little bit. Alright, so here's a better close-up of everything. So you can see the 5 cavalry guy, and then the big fancy boss guy that goes with them. And then the 20 troopers. Alright, so here we are building the big boss guy. He doesn't have any options at all. And then we go building our horsies. It looks like you can choose what piece goes where for them. So it looks like you build the body and then put different runners, or I'm sorry, different riders or different horse heads on them, depending on your choice. So that's pretty cool. I don't think they have any choice in like what you equip them with. Besides, I think you can give one guy a banner and one guy a horn. But besides that, I think everybody gets pretty much the same stuff. So, well, no, there's one with a sword. And there's one with the pike. So yeah, maybe there's some weapon runner variation there. Alright, and then we've got the Graveguard. They've got big tower shields and stuff. And there they are. Lots and lots and lots of variation in there. Oh, apparently you have to give them shoulder pads too. That's cool. So a ton of variation in there, but a little bit more dynamic poses than the monopose models. Alright, so let's check out their stats for the Grave Guard. So they can have a white blade or a great white blade. So they can be armed with a white blade and crypt shield or great white blade. One model in this unit can be a champion, seneschal. Add 1 to the attacks characters on that model's white blade or great white blade. You can have a standard bearer and musician. Okay, interesting. Because there's a guy with a big axe. Yeah, this guy. It's pretty cool. So I guess maybe the champion can have a different weapon from everybody else. Because I like this big axe. I'm not a big fan of the other ones in the box. They look weird. But yeah, so that's the start collecting for them. It is made out of primarily old models, which kind of sucks. It would make a little more sense. I'm going to be completely 100% perfectly honest here. This box would make way more sense if it was just like Cursed City minis. Like if it was like the 10 zombies from Cursed City and like the 10 like skeletons from Cursed City and like the Vargeist and I don't know, like 2 of the other HQs, and that was the start collecting. This would make way more fucking sense. Instead of it being like the old models. But it's all good. They're really cool models. I'm looking forward to building them. Just super strange that they chose to do to start collecting out of old stuff instead of new stuff. Alright. Speaking of old stuff, why is this thing's UPC missing? So I got this on sale. This is a box of Death Rattle Skeleton Warriors. I don't know if these even have rules anymore, but to be honest, I thought they would be cool to mix in with the other skeletons, and because they give like a metric fuck ton of bits. This kit is famous for giving like tons of bits, so you get 10 of them in the box. They got this on like Megas. It was like $20, so I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? I'll pay $2 a skeleton. That's fine. So you get a bunch of legs here. And then you get all kinds of bits, including this big crazy wraparound horn. There's a banner. There's all kinds of shields. All kinds of crazy helmets. You check those out. They're all super bizarre. They got the big horns. There's like a scimitar. Look at all the weird shields. Right? Look at that one's a batwing. That's cool. And tons of skeleton heads. Right? And lots of them are broken and stuff. And to be honest, I thought that I'd probably just end up using this box for kit bashing, because there's so much cool stuff in it. So they can have spears or swords in their rolls. I don't know if they even still have rolls. I think this box straight up might be discontinued. But yeah, so you can see they have a bunch of cool shields and stuff. Lots of skeleton arms. I like their big thick like broadswords. They're really cool. I'm a big fan of the swords on them. There's a guy with a little banner. There's also a bigger banner. Where's the bigger banner? There it is. There's part of the bigger banner. But yeah, they're a cool unit. I picked them up just because they were on sale. And yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Look at that big stabby spear. Look at that one. They're definitely cool models. Then I do think they are discontinued, which is weird. Oh, I think maybe the one here came like that. No, I didn't snap it. Someone else. It came pre-snapped. All right, let's check out their rolls. Yeah, that's what my plan was, to just use them with the other skeletons because they're so cool. But I don't think they have rolls anymore because this is like the old rolls here. So we have a skeleton champion. I guess a skeleton warrior. Oh, they're the skeleton warriors. Skeleton warriors. God, that cartoon was cool. Man, the 90s were a fucking crack-filled time. Here's the guy with the big horn that wraps around. That's pretty sweet. There's a guy with a banner, which just looks like he put his buddy on a stick. Mr. Pop, why are you sad, bud? Come here. Mr. Pop. Come here. Come here. Here, I know what you want. Come here. Come here. Alright. Here. You've been a really good boy. Okay? Here. Want to cheese it? There you go. My dog was helping me eat my box of Cheez-Its the other night when I was painting, so he developed a taste for Cheez-Its, which he probably shouldn't have, but too bad. Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm all tied up in the wires now because of you. Yeah, I'm all tied up in the wires now because of you. Yeah. Oh, upsy daisy. Upsy daisy, mister. Hi. Say hi to the camera. Look. Say hi to the camera. Oh, big squish. There we go. There we go. It's my big old chungus. There he is. There he is. Hello. Hello. Hello, you big chungus. Alright. You can go back down now. There you go. There you go. Alright. So, let's see what we got. We got, yep, the skeletons. They go together just like the grave guard, because they're all pretty old models. But I liked them. I thought they were cool. I thought I would put them into the other army and see what they became. So I thought it'd be pretty sweet. Alright, let's put that down there. My most recent acquisition, I picked this up yesterday, are these suckers. I love these models, but Jesus Christ, are these expensive for what you get. And you'll see it when I open the box. There's no way these models should be as expensive as they are. You should get at least 6 of the fuckers in the box for the cost of this. At the absolute least. Like, it blows my mind. But I ended up picking up this box because I really like the sculpts and because I have 6 bases, 6 models of bat swarms from Cursed City. So what I plan to do is I plan to use these 3 as the bosses for that unit and to make 3 units of bat swarms using what's in Cursed City. So that was my plan. That's why I picked these guys up, because they stand out. But you can see that in a second they're not worth the price at all. That's it. These guys cost as much as those 20 zombies. You get 1 runner. That's it. So they are cool models, but they are not anywhere near what they're worth. So 1 runner. They are completely monopose. They are very, very cool, but Jesus Christ, they are not worth what they get at all. Now they are very big bats. Like, look at the size of that. That's a big fucking bat, right? He's huge, but like he has no options. He's 1 runner. Like, yeah, he is awesomely cool, but oh my god, they are expensive for what they are. So their instructions are really straight simple, because I guess the options are the head, which head you give to which. So it's 13, 14, and 15. 13, 14. You don't even get extra heads. Maybe if they had thrown in a couple extra heads, this would be more worth it, but yeah. So they're really cool. They're cool models, but I'm the Vargeist models. Yeah, yeah. Vargeists are very cool. But I wanted these guys to lead my Cursed City bats. So I wanted them to be like the HQs. Because every bat swarm has like a leader. So I thought they would make cool leaders. So they're also models, but Jesus Christ, they are way more expensive than they should be. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. And that is everything I have for Cursed City. That is a full unboxing for everything that I have for my Cursed City. Now, I'm probably going to take a look at some hobby update stuff. They're not even standard battle line either. It's really disappointing, but the Vampire Army needs special factions to make certain bats battle line. I didn't even know they could be battle line. I thought they were always, what is it, elite, right? What faction can take them as battle line? I mean, that's pretty cool. I would 100% have a battle line of bats. I mean, that's super thematic, but I didn't even know they could be battle line. I know you can have the vampire zombie dragon as battle line, but I know you can have the vampire bats as battle line. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at some hobby stuff. Some of this is successes, some of this is failures. So, that's a thing. I picked up some new cheap brushes from Amazon. I love these. They're phenomenal. It was like $10 and I got like, I don't know, 10 of them or something. Oh, the Vargeister battle line. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. There was like $10. I got like 10 of them. I fucking love these. I've been using the living shit out of this number 2 brush. It's like my new favorite brush. It's phenomenal. I love it to pieces. So all these look are really good for being like $1 a piece. They're the shit. I grabbed those off Amazon. And then, alright. Let's see, I've shown off a bunch of these guys on stream before, but we're going to show off the one I just finished last night. I'm like popping a wheelie, like, he's cutting the turn so fast that he's coming up on one wheel. But yeah, here he is. And, you can swap his weapon in and out if you want him to have the bow instead. But I thought the spear was, I don't know, more thematic. So that's the one I left him with. So there he is. That's my chariot with my big, beautiful, what's it called? I'm debating painting in their eyes. I kind of don't want to, but I kind of do too. So I might paint in their eyes. We'll see. But yeah, so I got him all finished. And the real stuff that I got finished is my Monster Mash. So I've shown off this guy on stream a bunch of times. So that is my Breaker Boss. There he is. Looking good. Looking well fancy. Nice and purple. And then we've got my Marshcrawler. He's all done and ready. I'm going to do a little bit more on their bases, and then they're going to get top coated. So they're going to get top coated with dead flat spray, and then I'll be doing some like marshy water plants and work and stuff on the bases. But they're probably going to get top coated probably tomorrow. And then we've got our big sloth monster. There he is, right there. Big sloth monster. I fucking love this model. This guy's magnetized, but I haven't painted the other option yet. Stop wiggling. Thank you. Ah! That's apparently why it was wiggling. And that, boys and girls, is why you should always top coat your models in case you drop a camera on them. was super weird. Alright, let's try that. Okay, now we're back. Alright, so that's my big sloth. I love him with his tongue hanging out, looking nice and fancy. There he is. Yeah, the troops are very kind of dingy, so I wanted the monsters to be very bright. Speaking of which, this guy's too big to get in on this camera. Let's talk to this one. Speaking of which, my bird. So he is intended to be a African bearded vulture. That's why he has the crazy colors he has. And I still have to finish his base, obviously, but there he is. There he is. Come on. Come on. Focus, please. Focus. Focus. Can we focus? There we go. No, it focused for a second. Does not like this guy, apparently. But yeah, there he is. There's his rider. I really don't think I will ever run this guy as the alternate, so I didn't magnetize him or anything like that. I just built him as is, because I don't think I will ever run him as the non-character version. There's all the crazy gubbins on his back. He's got a pot there with a bone in it and a soup ladle dripping some shit. It's got some, I don't know, skulls and onions, and there's some pink mushrooms and a little feather and all kinds of weird stuff. But yeah. So that's my big birdo. I finished him up this week. Yeah, so he's looked pretty good. Yeah, they're gonna get swamp bases, so they're gonna get a bunch of like clear resin water and then some swamp plants and stuff like my other guys have that I've shown off before. So there we go. Yeah, I love my bird. Alright, so that's the stuff that is successes, or that I am quite happy and proud with, and I am very happy with my skill in painting. Now let's look at something that I totally fucked up. So I've been building Titanicus models because I want to learn to play Titanicus. Titanicus models, the colors that I was planning on are not going to work. So hold on, let me build this guy. So it looks slightly better. So this is my first attempt at Titanicus. You can like, he's not cleaned up at all because I was not digging it. I don't know, something about the colors, it's just not the right like vibe for what I want. So I'm just not sure. So I'm sort of back to the drawing board on this poor Mr. Reaver here. This is cool. He's like my charging melee Reaver. He's all magnetized and everything. So I want to swap all his stuff out. I can. So like technically I could. Come here. Give me your arm. Technically I could give him 2 chain sword arms and be like, I'm Chainsaw Man, bitch. So yeah. I hear freehanding when doing quarters is tough to do. When doing quarters? I don't understand the quarters comment, but I'm assuming you're meaning freehanding at the scale. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. I love this fucking orange color. I love it, love it, love it. But I'm just, I don't know. Just something about it. I don't know. I think I need to go back to the drawing board on it. But yeah. So here's my Titanicus model. I have a bunch of Titanicus models because they're really fun to build. I bought them literally last year, and I was finally
I decided when I had COVID, I was like, fuck it. I'm really sick. I want to build this box. So I'm going to build it. So that's why I ended up finally building them all. Because I've had the big Precept Maniple box for a while. For like literally like a year. So finally getting to paint them. I just got to really come up with a better color scheme. Because I'm just not digging this. So yeah. So that's my my Titanicus failure. Let's see. What else? Oh. So, last thing I'll talk about, I have a lot of stuff still to go. As you can see, I've got my 10 spear guys. I've got the rest of my board game, which I need to finish painting. I'm going to finish painting that today. I've got my crossbow archer, who I also need to finish painting. But coming up soon will be my first Battletech mini. Do I want to play Battletech? No. But right now there's a Battletech painting competition going on at other realms. I think they still have some open if you want to go pick one up. I rolled, because you roll and then they give you a mech. I rolled and I got the Locust, which is this little sucker right here, who is an adorably cute little model. Just to give you a sense of scale of this guy. He is adorable and cute, but it's because of his scale, it's going to be very hard to win the painting competition with him. So I'm going to have to pull out all the stops to try to get it to work. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll do our best. Yeah, we'll just make something cool. There's a model called the Kodiak. It's like the one Battletech model I want. It's just like a big bear mech. It's cool as shit. So I wanna eventually get one of those, but that's about it as far as Battletech goes. But yeah, there's my Battletech mini. So he's pretty cool. Put him off to the side. And the last thing I want to talk about some paints I picked up yesterday. So I took a friend downtown and all around the island today or yesterday to visit. We drove around for like 4 hours and we got lunch in there. We had lunch and then we went to every hobby shop on island. So I took them to other realms in Honolulu. I took them to Armchair Adventure in Honolulu. We went to West Side, who are closed for some reason. And then we went to Minikyu at Pearl Ridge. I know that's not every hobby shop. There's technically Hobby Tat and a couple other little bits and bobs floating around here and there, but those are the big ones we did. And we got some lunch in there as well. So that was our day. But I ended up picking up these colors, and I'd never actually seen these before. These are from Scale 75. They are like super crazy bright colors. So this pink is this lady's hair. That's one coat of it. So it is like crazy bubblegum pink, and I love it. It's super, super cool. It's like a more fluorescent version of Squid Pink from Vallejo, which is like my normally bright pink color that I use to go to. But yeah, it's super cool. I also grabbed this like fluorescent white because I thought it would look really cool, maybe as like an armor for like one of the characters or something. Like someone that I really want to stand out. I thought it would make really cool armor. And then I grabbed this. This is the orange color that was on the mech earlier. It is the closest I have been able to find to a bottle version of Jacarero Orange. Jacarero Orange is still a little different. I still like it as a better color, but I fucking hate these pots. Or white. It's the pink over white or gray primer. It is one coat, so like it's literally one coat. I haven't done more than one over Gray Seer. Over a light coat of Gray Seer. So if you did another coat of it, it would be really, really intense, like super intense, which is awesome, right? Like that's exactly what you want a fluorescent pink to be. But yeah, this is the closest I've managed to find a Jacarero Orange and a dropper, because these paint pots can go burn in fucking hell. So this is the closest I managed to find. This is the color on the Titanicus model that I fucked up. But I love the orange, but the rest of it just not feeling it. So I picked that up as well. And then I picked up this. Now this is, they call this black metal. This is Metal Alchemy line from Scale 75. I love this paint range. They are like sort of shiny colors. So for example, like her armor there, that's this red. Or I guess let me show back to that one. Her mask there is this red. Oh, come on. Her mask there is this red here. So I love this color range. It gives you like kind of shiny stuff. It's the same one I had on the Cruel Boys I was showing off a minute ago. So like their helmets and the helmet on like the little guy on the ground, that's this color. The blue, so that's this color plus Agrax Earthshade over it, and then the blue is just the blue from that same line. There it is, cobalt metal right there. And I love these paints. I think they're fantastic. So I saw they had a black one. My friend was debating picking it up for painting her Drukhari, but she decided against it because she wanted a more darker black. So I was trying it out, playing with it a little bit last night. It actually looks closer to something like gunmetal when you paint it on than like actually shiny black. But what I'm hoping is that you can do this and then maybe hit it with like a null oil or something, and you'll get like a darker kind of faded black. Maybe do something like a basilicum gray or something over it, and it should give you a little bit darker color. But I'll keep playing with it. I ended up picking that up just because me and her were sitting there debating that color for a while. So yeah. So just weird little pickups from the hobby shop yesterday while I was taking them out to pick up colors and stuff. So yeah. She was trying to pick out colors for her Battletech mini, so I ended up picking up some colors to play around with too. So yeah, so that's my entire Spooky Scary Skeleton army, unboxed, ready to rock, led by the beautiful Laukavai. She's going to be the first thing I build, because she's amazing. And yeah, and tons and tons and tons of Spooky Scary Skeletons with lots of skeleton action. So yeah, pretty cool. So I'm gonna start building them with my Mr. Pup downstairs, right, buddy? So we don't have to come upstairs. So I know you're not a big fan of it. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start working on that, and I'm gonna work on painting this guy. So my goal for next weekend is to have enough Titanicus stuff together so we could try doing a Learn to Play Titanicus stream next weekend. That's sort of my goal. And we'll see how that goes. I have lots of painting to do between now and then. And I have lots of cleaning to do as well, because I am redoing my base, or my first floor today after this. I'm going out to Walmart to go look for a bookshelf. But yeah, so there's my failure and my soon-to-be beautiful Laukavai lady. I usually stream unboxings and stuff like this, usually on Saturdays. But because I was driving my friends around the island, around Hawaii, to go look at paints and to show them all the different hobby shops and stuff, because of that, I didn't stream on Saturday, so I stream today. So I stream every Sunday at 10. Sometimes we do painting stuff. Sometimes we play games. Last time we played Doomsday Countdown, which is one of the box games. I play a lot of Necromunda. I play a lot of Warcry on the channel. I've tried doing 40k on the channel. It's a little much for me to play by myself. There's not super good like ways to play it in single player. We've done Legion. I've convinced my husband to play a couple times. We've played Legion. And I'm trying to convince him to play Malifaux with me. So when I work up the courage to finish painting my Malifaux minis, because they are intimidating as hell, because they are amazing, beautiful minis. And they are very tiny. They're so fucking tiny. Oh my god, are they tiny? Oh, just thinking about them is like, oh, like mega anxiety. Anyway, yeah, so when I finally work up the courage for that, for getting them painted and everything, I'm going to try to convince him to play Malifaux with me, which is pretty cool, because I really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be really fun. But next weekend, hopefully we'll play some Titanicus and try to learn to play that, so I'll probably fuck up all the rules ever, but we will give it a shot, we will give it a go, and it should be pretty good. But yeah, so that's me out. I gotta go do some running, and I will catch you guys. Nice. Yeah, Malifaux, it looks like so much fun, and the minis are amazing. I started... Whoa! So I knock over one of my lights. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta talk about Malifaux because I'm too excited for it. So I started painting this set, which is it's a guy called the Dreamer. This is Mr. Lord Chompy Bits. He's like imagination, like dream creature that this dude thought up. And it's super, super cool, and I love him. Yeah, Perdita, oh god, it's such a cool model. Perdita, for people that don't know, she's like a Mexican style like gunslinger. Cool as fuck. Super cool. Yeah, I love the personality of them. I love him, so I'm still working on him. But the thing that terrifies the living hell out of me is this guy, which is called Seamus. He's called Seamus. He's like Jack the Ripper. So like his whole army is made out of like undead prostitutes. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's got so much great personality. But Jesus fuck, he is small. He is so fucking small. Like, I'm gonna have to break out my fucking magnifying glass to paint this guy. Because he is fucking tiny. Oh, yeah. It's like... Yeah, so the lore is that, like, he's the Red Chapel killer, which is basically Jack the Ripper. And then he resurrects the people he kills, who are all, like, ladies of the night. So his whole, like, faction is made out of, like... basically undead prostitutes and him. It's the coolest fucking thing. And I love him and I love his models, but Jesus, he is tiny. He is so fucking tiny. So after I built him, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna pump the brakes on Malifaux a little bit while I work up the courage to paint him. Because I love him. I love a lot of the Malifaux characters. They're really cool. They're also terrifying to paint, so... Like, I am way more scared of painting this guy than this, because you can't really fuck up a little robot, but you can fuck up some tiny dude's little face really easy, so... Yeah. Anyway, let's end on Lord Chompy Bits. We'll go ahead and we'll call it there, because he's mostly painted, and I love him to pieces. And... see if we can... There we go. But I'm going to call it there. I'm going to go let Mr. Pup go back downstairs and get a nap while I go to Walmart. And I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one. And keep on keeping on.